Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see there, I've got myself the Sony 16 to 35mm f4 lens. Now I'm mostly going to use it for street photography, but today we're doing something a little bit different, as my son's been on holiday for the summer from school, and I think they've done this the last couple of years. They wanted him to they want a picture of him doing some extreme reading. So we thought we'd have a little bit of fun with this. So that's what this little video is all about. And I used the 16 to 35mm to shoot the pictures. So we thought we would have some fun with it. And this is what we did. So here we are on the top floor of a multi-storey car park, and we're looking for a high viewpoint, just looking over the very top and looking down. So that's the kind of image we were hoping to use, and here we had some cars down the bottom, so it gave a good idea of how high up we were. So we found like a short wall, and I just stand up on the top or overlook it a little bit. I took a few shots with him looking up and reading his book, but I'd like to have taken a load more shots, but my son had decided that was enough because it was raining and he was getting wet. So you know what it's like and what they say about working with children. So, you know, if you can bear it, you can do it. Now, I'm not the best or any expert at Photoshop, but I think I know just enough for making sort of a fun image. So here we go. So this is the first image, and the idea here was, or I'll say what I normally do is I use the quick selection tool, which is this one here at the top, the little brush with the little dotted lines by the side, and I normally use the arrow keys to make the brush bigger or smaller, and I would just go around the part of the image that I want to keep, and you get most of it. You know, it can be a bit fiddly because what I actually do is I use I sort of save this with a mask and another layer, and I use the brush tool with black and white brushes to add or subtract parts of the image that I don't want. Now if it goes over too far like this on a Mac, you just hold the Option key down and then you can take these bits back out of the cutout. You know, and it's kind of, it can be a hit and miss, but what I really need to do is learn how to use the selection pen. I think that is probably the best tool for cutting things out. I don't think it's hard to use, but because I've never bothered to really look into it that much, I haven't really done it. So I really should do that. Now it's you know, we're nearly there really. It's just his hand here that's got that bit, and a part of this book like that, and this part here and here. We're kind of there, and what we also want, so it's easier to blend it in with the picture I've already got, is this ledge. So we get this part of the ledge here, not this bit in the corner, this little bit here. Now if it does become a pain, all I normally do is I will just, like I said before, use the brush tool. So what we normally do then is come up here where it says select and mask. So we click that. So in there we have got this that shows you what it's cut out, and you can adjust all these to suit yourself. I think this is just smooths the edges slightly and a bit of a feather on the edge. And you can shift the edge inwards or outwards depending on how well the cut is. And And if you've done it, say, in a studio and you've had lights and it's picking up a bit of colour from, say, the background, say you used a green background or something, sometimes you get like a kind of rim light on the part you're cutting out. You can click this to decontaminate the colours, and there's a slider, so that should help you remove the colours or that, say, the green from your image that you're cutting out. Anyway, what I normally do, output selection. I normally go new layer with a mask and I click OK. So now you can see like there's parts missing. So on the layers palette, you're working on the actual mask and you pick the brush tool and you've got white or black. Now if you use white, see, nothing happens, because what it's doing is it's bringing back the parts that are cut out. So where his hood is on his coat, if I brush that there, you can see it brings it back like so. And I mean, I don't go absolutely mental or anything with this. I mean, we're on a soft edge brush. Could do with being a little bit harder because it is quite soft there. So I think I normally have it around 80, but you kind of have to just figure out what you like yourself. I mean, it's not like a proper tutorial. I was just experimenting with the new lens just to see the kind of images we could get. And, you know, it's wide enough to do something like this. You get that real wide angle perspective. So, you know, this is just a bit of fun for me. And, you know, if you want, there's probably some really great tutorials on cutting things out. But just to show you the kind of thing I did and how I got this image. And that's, you know, what you can also do, I mean, we can zoom in here to make it bigger so we can really see what we're doing. Now, what you could do is, if you think something looks a little bit weird and you can't really see the edge properly, you can, like here where this book is, I know it comes out to about there and I've clicked it. Now, if I then hold the tab key down and then come here and just click it again, it'll put that line in and it's a dead straight line. So that's quite a handy little thing. And you can also do it the opposite way, like you want to lose this black edge on the book here. So you switch over to the black brush and you just click that edge. You see it's just took it away on that corner. Now you hold the tab key down. Now you can let go of the mouse or pen, whatever you're using. Just bring it over the edge slightly on the book, so then you lose all that black edge like that. And then you can kind of brush round. You kind of lose those edges and you just go around like so. Like there's a little bit here which we don't want. You can see we can just get that on the bottom of the book there. You know, any little edges, you know, you can just kind of tidy up. Any little bits you think you can see that shouldn't be there. I use the bracket keys to make the brush smaller. And, you know, if you've gone too far, I can't remember what the shortcut key is to keep flicking this around. I think it's X. Yeah, X. Now, if you've gone too far, you can then press the X. So you're painting with the white brush again, which puts things back where they were. So this is looking a kind of a bit odd on his jacket here. But you know, this is the way I do it. You know, because I'm not as fully skillful as some top Photoshop guys out there. But you know, I'll sit here and just tinker around with this until I get it exactly how I want. You know, and I lose these little bits off his hand where it's all, you know, kind of looking really funny. And we get it to how we want it. I think I've got one on the screen. Let's have a look. That's the background image. And that's the cutout image that I finished mucking around with before. So, once you get to this stage, I normally select the Move tool, which is the very top tool, or V on your keyboard. And I would then grab hold of this image and drag it to the background image. If you hold the tab key down, it should put it directly in the center. Yeah, so we have to resize it slightly, which isn't a problem. you would just press, I don't know what it is on a PC, but on a Mac it's Command T, and then you get the bounding box, and if you hold the tab key down again while you're moving these, it'll keep it all in perspective and not stretch it out in any way. And you can just bring that in, and then I can lower him so we see the cars. See, now if I'd have done as many shots as I wanted to do, I could have done it so I knew I had all of his fingers in the shot. But you can't have everything. But I did want to get that little bit of wall looking down onto the car park. Now I think what I'm going to do is make it a bit bigger and stretch it over. So he's over to one side slightly more. So we're going to go a little bit bigger. And you can just get it wherever you feel you like it the best. Well, we want to keep all the book in this shot, which I kind of like. I mean, could we make it smaller, or is that good? It's hard to tell. Let's just get rid of that bounding box. We just click enter or click the tick up the top, and yeah, doesn't look too bad. Now, I mean, we'll leave it here like this for now. But what I always do as well, just to get it a little bit realistic, we'll click the background. We will come up to filter, and what we want to do is add some blur. Field blur, I think, is the one I used before. So it kind of blurs the background. Like if this is on 15 at the minute. If we turn it right up, there. See, that's how crazy it goes. Right. What we want to do is just make it look like, you know, we've got a shallow depth of field with the camera. So it depends. I mean, the more you do it, the more he's going to stick out. But you do want it to be a bit realistic. So, you know, it's quite a hard one to do. I mean, we can leave it at 20 for now. It gives us that strange kind of look. We click OK. Photoshop does its thing. Okay. Now, what I've also done in the past is I've made a new level. Or a new layer, sorry, and we'll come over to the gradient tool, and we'll pick this spot gradient, diamond gradient, whatever. Oh, this one. This is the one we want, which is, what do they call it? Spot. Okay, so what I normally do is I make a small gradient, something like that, so it fits on the screen nice. Then I do a Command T around that, which is the transform tool. Hold the tab key and then make that bigger. So we kind of have it behind our subject, just to make them stand out that much more. And we'll make it a little bit bigger, like that. Okay, now what we would do is come over to the layers palette and we'll change the opacity because it's way too bright, just to make him stick out from the background that little bit. So what are we on? 15%? Yeah, just a little bit. Now if I toggle it on and off, you can really see that, so I could come down a little bit more. Make another layer. And we put that here. Now I think we're behind the book. So we want Command T. Let's move it. Here it is. See, now that's a little bit, that's nice and dark. You can put that here. It's kind of, we can stretch it out. Tick it, and we'll adjust the opacity again, just so it's like a little bit of a shadow of himself. Just darken that front part up, just like that. Now you could put vignette on. You could do whatever you like. It's sort of do whatever you like to your taste. But this is just for my son's school. You know, they wanted something where he was doing extreme reading. So I guess hanging from a building, trying to read a book, it's just a bit of fun. So anyway, that's what I did there. That's the little picture I'm going to print out for him so he can put it in his book for school. But all in all, really, it's more about the 16mm lens, and look at the perspective. Both pictures were taken with the 16-35. I shot them both as wide as they would go, just to get that good perspective. When you're up high, it makes it look like you're twice as high as you really are. And him hanging off the other wall, just, you know, you don't have to get so far away to fit everything in the shot. So anyway, hope you like that video. Something a little bit different. Hopefully the next time I'm out, I'll use this lens for a little bit of street photography, so we can see how well we get on. I think we're just going to probably be going for some, you know, full-on environmental kind of street shots, people in the kind of little figures in the big environment picture kind of style. Anyway, remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications of future videos. And stay sharp out there, people. We'll see you in the next one.